Flame Book 2, Chapter 6. Kenna learns that Hex has destroyed the Technocrats' hidden city, and a mysterious old man appears to free Dom and Say from captivity. Chapter 6. The Foundry Destroyed. Now playing as Kenna. You kneel beside Whitlock, who is wounded and haggard after escaping an attack on the Foundry. Whitlock, tell me exactly what happened. Ever since the Battle of Thorngate, I've been trying to design a device to disable Luther's troop transports without loss of life. When you left for Alriel, I returned to the Foundry to start work on a prototype. Then one day, the attack came from out of nowhere. Hex. I never thought she was capable of something like this. She's changed, Kenna. She's worse than before. Maybe we should just let him rest. He's badly hurt. No, I can't rest. There's no time. Hex has created a weapon more destructive than I've ever dreamed of. Who knows what else she has in her arsenal? I've let my personal distaste for violence cloud my judgment for too long, and people have died because of it. Whitlock, what are you saying? Oh. Whitlock's anger face is scary. Hex isn't playing nice, and neither can I. I'm going to do everything I can to stop her. Even if it means killing. Whitlock, this isn't like you. You've never condoned killing in the past. You weren't there, Kenna. Jeez. Though I kind of agree that he shouldn't let this dictate how he deals with killing. I mean, what if he turns into someone like Hex? I mean, not exactly, but like, what if? Ugh. You didn't see her. The things she said, the things she did, I don't even know where to begin. This is your chance to play as Whitlock and see what happened at the Foundry for yourself. Well, I guess I can't. Fine. What's important is how we deal with it. Tell me what we can do to fight Hex. She attacked from above with a massively powerful weapon. I didn't get a good look at it, or maybe I just don't remember. I got hit pretty hard in the head during the attack. I was lucky to make it out alive. The entire Foundry was leveled. We won't be getting any weapons from there, and anyone who wasn't killed was taken prisoner. Whitlock, I'm so sorry. I don't want us to be sorry, I want us to do something. If we're going to stop Hex, we need to get into her workshop. There's a rumor that she has a secret laboratory at the castle in Lycos. Luther's youngest daughter, Zenobia, has a passion for Hex's creations. Then we need to get someone into the castle. Please, Kenna, we have to find out more about her invention so I can destroy it. We'll figure out a way. That won't be a small task. But you'll try to work your magic? I'll do what I can. Now playing as Dom. As Hex marches you and Say up the mountainside, you've found a glimpse of hope, a sighting of Say's grandfather in the rocks. We've been marching through these mountains for nearly 2 days. What's he waiting for? I don't know, Lowlander. Are you sure of what you saw? I'm sure, but if he doesn't do something soon, we'll end up wherever Hex is taking us. And by then, it'll be too late. We'll become mind-controlled puppets just like your friend, Anton. Hex calls out to her company of soldiers. We'll stop here. I've got to be in Lycos by dawn, so get your rest in now, because if I'm late, you'll all suffer. The group stops. A pair of soldiers armed with crossbows stand guard, but they seem too tired to pay you full attention. Did she say Lycos by dawn? That's impossible. It's on the other side of the realm entirely. I guess she has a plane? Besides, if she wants to take us there, why is she marching up this mound? Shh, look. Say nudges you, and you follow her gaze. The old man from earlier is hiding in the rocks just a stone's throw off the path, his eyes locked on you. He points at you, mimicking the position of your hands. Then he turns to the side, showing you his profile. Finally, he produces a small fireball, points it at his wrist, and mimes a running motion in his palm. Oh, you understand what he wants us to do? He wants us to melt the things off, right? I got it. He wants us to... Oh, turn to the side. I guess he's gonna... I forgot you're not as stupid as you look. I have my moments. You and Say both turn to the side. All is silent except for the chattering of the soldiers. Then, 4 quick blasts of fire shoot out of the rocks, each one a blur that slices clean through your manacles. They rattle to the ground. That is extremely precise. What the... How in 3 hells? Marvel about it later. We need to run now. I need to run. This seems like a bad idea. You sprint off the trail, over the edge, and scramble across the rocks towards Say's grandfather. You, stop! They're not gonna stop. The soldier aims his crossbow. I should duck. You duck down as the bolt sails just over your head, wedging into a tree. That was close. Come, this way. You catch up to him, the 3 of you racing over the jagged rocks and dodging crossbow bolts until he finally pulls you behind a giant boulder. What are we doing? Why are we stopping? They'll catch us. You must run there. Oh, he points at the far edge of the rock field, where the rocks give way to the edge of the forest. Don't stop, no matter what. You hear the shouts of Hex's soldiers as they near your position. Say puts a hand on her grandfather's face, and he does the same to her. Good to see you, little Say. Now go. He kneels down, plunging his hands in the dirt between the rocks. Soon, white hot gases spray up from the earth, and the ground begins to tremble. I'm guessing we don't want to stick around for this. I should run. You and Say run away as fast as you can. The ground begins to glow. Heat wafts up, distorting the air around you. I should run. You keep running. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. You sneak a glance. Excuse me. Sorry about that. You sneak a glance back at the old man. The soldiers have finally reached him. Lava springs forth, from the ground. You hear the cries of soldiers as they melt in their armor. Ah! Gah! Your grandfather. Just keep running. We're almost there. I'm sure he'll be fine. He's probably dealt with this before. The lava rises all around you. Using every last bit of energy, you sprint, leaping onto the rockfield's edge and landing safely on dry ground. Hot feet, you made it through the lava field, +1 power. Say, are you all right? Say nods, panting. The 2 of you struggle to your feet, looking out at what is now a lake of lava before you. That is awesome. Oh my. Gods. In the center, surrounded by floating pieces of red-hot armor, Say's grandfather wades through the lava towards you. Well, see, he was fine. Beyond him, Hex stares in disbelief. Why didn't he kill her? Come on. Gathering herself, she calls out over the newly formed lava lake. This isn't over, beast. One day you'll witness my power and weep. Just blast her. With that, she spurs her horse up the mountain trail and out of sight. Later, in a clearing in the forest. Grandfather, Lowlander. Lowlander, grandfather. Thanks, Say. I'm Dom, a friend of Say's. I'm Anu, and any friend of my granddaughter is a friend of mine. Also, They're special friends. Enough of this inane chatter. Why didn't you destroy Hex and her army when she attacked our village? I wish I could have, but I'm too old and weak to attack so many. You didn't seem weak to me. That was an opportunity presenting itself. In certain places, the mountain's fire is close to the surface. I merely brought it out a little faster than intended. Well, you could have done something. If I had tried, I'm afraid all three of us would have been imprisoned by that scientist. You two really are related. You should have met her grandmother. Anyway, I hope you'll forgive me, Say. Say grumbles something about forgiveness under her breath. Thank you. Now what brings you back home? There's a war, and for us to win, we must be as powerful as we can. I brought Dom home because we both wish to be trained by a master, by you. I can teach you the ancient ways, as long as you agree to do everything I say. We do. Of course, grandfather. Then fire will be your servant, your enemies will fear your shadow, and you will be as near to the gods as any mortal. For when you complete your training, you will find your dragons. Wait, real dragons? I want a dragon. You and your allies stare at a... Oh, they didn't do the nail playing as Kenna thing. You and your allies stare at a map of Lycos and Zenobia's castle, planning your next move. This castle is a fortress. Agreed. I don't see any weak point in the defenses. Luther built his home for war. So we don't attack it. Not yet, anyway. But if we can't attack, how are we going to get in? We can't just sit here until Luther comes home. There are more subtle ways to get into a place. Give me a little time, and I will find a way to get into Hex's workshop without anyone knowing we were there. Oh good, another chance for Raydan to show off. Sometimes I wonder how much you actually know, and how much of it is blind luck and bluffing. Oh, that's all of life. It's just blind luck and bluffing. Seriously. I won't deny the importance of bluffing, but it's safe to say I know quite a few things. Valentina. What? Who told you that name? Was it Jackson? I'm going to kill him. Hang on, where is Jackson? I sent him on a special mission. Hopefully he'll come back with someone who can help us turn the tide against Luther. As I was saying, I believe the best approach is to find a way to get into the castle discreetly. Right, except getting into that castle is going to be a little more complicated than just walking into town. I couldn't agree more. We need more information to form a proper plan. Fortunately for us, Zenobia Navrakis makes no secret of her schedule. She's planning to leave the castle and visit the markets tonight. This could be our chance to learn more about her, perhaps find our opening and gain the advantage. I'm game. Kenna? Oh, come on. I want to spy. Apparently I'm going to skip it. We need to focus on coming up with a plan of attack. No, you need a spy. Understood. I may have an idea. But we'll need help. There's perhaps someone I can ask to assist us. You've got a contact in Lycos? Why didn't you mention this earlier? It's not something I talk about often, but I was actually born in Lycos. During my time here, I was involved with the criminal underground. That doesn't surprise me at all, actually. These people, they're dangerous, manipulative, and always several steps ahead. Sounds a lot like you. Yes, only imagine a lot more of me, and all ready to slit your throat while you sleep. I'd never recommend working with them under normal conditions, but unfortunately we're out of other options. They're led by a woman known as the Adder of Lycos. She might help us, for a price. The Adder of Lycos? I've heard rumors about her. Bad ones, in case you were wondering. The kind where the people around her get murdered. Adder, huh? She took her name from a venomous snake. That's right. Adders rarely attack unless provoked, but their bites can be fatal. +1 prestige. She sounds like a real charmer. Well, that just means if you don't threaten her, she should be okay, maybe, hopefully. I don't know. Indeed, there's a further complication, I'm afraid. Oh? Did he leave on bad terms? The adder of, is my sister. Wouldn't that be good? Chapter progress. Say's grandfather freed you from Hex's captivity. You heard about the destruction of the Foundry from Whitlock. You skipped spying on Zenobia Navrakis. Much about her remains a mystery. Overall progress. Prestige 16 out of 25, Power 12 out of 15, Weapons 0 out of 10, Allies 15 out of 20, Troops 5 out of 10, Significant Choices 25 out of 65, Army score 73 out of 145. Chapter complete.